Since our interview or chat, if you like, you've been good enough to send me some questions, etc., which were generated by our chat. So I'll work my way through them as best I can. First one was from Richard Best, who said, I would have been interested to hear what the opinions are on the advance of 3D printing and the hobbyists building their own models. It's going to happen, isn't it? 3D printing and the cost of the machines, etc., it's coming down, as I always did predict, as is always the same with technology. It always gets that a little bit cheaper. It can only get stronger, and there will be times and occasions, I'm sure, where people will be producing their own wagons or their own locos or their own buildings. And in fact, I'm sure I've seen that already. So it'll move forward, and I don't see it as a commercial thing at the moment because of the time spent in producing these models. But who's to say? Technology will move on, things will get faster, and as I say, be sitting here probably in 5 years' time wishing that I'd actually said something else. But anyway, there you go. Harrison Allen. I'm hoping for part 3 that Simon will talk in depth about Hornby Thomas range, including history and highlights of the brand. Yeah, happy to do that. A lot of history there. Hornby took on the license back in 1983, 84. And a lot has happened in that time. So more than happy to discuss that. And if you've got any specific questions about Thomas, Hornby Thomas that is, then do let Neil know. I've got here from Harrison, if I had to ask Simon Kohler, I'd ask if he had plans on making other locomotives with the Thomas range. We never got like Daisy and Boko, for example. Yeah, I think if the Thomas had continued and had got that bit stronger, then we would have invested more money and would have perhaps produced Daisy and Boko. Then we have got a note here from Muzo7. I don't think the hobby is dead. We may be custodians till the tank engine generation re-engage and the hobby. Yeah, he's right. I don't think it's dead. I think it's far from dead. I think what has happened is it's evolved and evolving, as all things will. Nothing ever stays the same. I think the Hatton situation is something for them to discuss. I think it was well covered in their news releases, and therefore I don't think there's anything more I can actually add. Only that I see that Richard Davis will appear in another form or other. Sorry, when I say another form, I mean he is a businessman. He's very astute, and I'm sure the model railway world has not seen the last of him. Then, of course, we have the Wally situation. I can understand that. Again, things move on, but it looks as if Specific Magazine will probably take that on. I don't think the hobby is in a bad state. I just think it's in the process of changing. Adi Pullen. Hello, Adi. It's been some time since you and I have had a conversation. Hope you're still doing your videos. You really should send me them. I would be very interested. And what I'll do, I'll send you my email address. I've got here Michael Stevens, who I used to Morn beat is when they stop trade. I see. Yeah. Big shows are very costly. When I was in the Harrogate Model Rail Club, we had a big show that only broke even or made a loss. Yeah, that can happen. It really is. At the end of the day, it's to do with costs, venue, number of people walking through the door, and getting a balance. And I think it is going to be a gamble. I think the Worley team got it right, and I think a lot of clubs get it right. It's a lot depends on the people organising it, really. So very difficult to add any more to that. Got a note here from Peachy TT120, who tells me that TT120 got him back into the hobby, which is great. Paul Kendall. Yeah, he says he enjoys my passion, enthusiasm. Well, I can tell you now, it is genuine. I love the hobby. I love the people involved. I love talking to people about it. And I can bore you for England, so on the subject. Great hobby. There isn't a hobby like it that offers so much and so varied to so many people. Great. I'm very, very lucky to be in the position I'm in. Richard Wilcox, he says he enjoyed the interview. Good, thank you. And then I've got Dodgers TT120, loving TT120 and all about it. And do you know what? That is not an uncommon thing for me to hear. I've often said before we even launched the brand that TT120 is not going to replace 00. It's not going to replace N-Gauge. What it does, it offers an alternative scale to those people who are interested in model rails, who may find N-Gauge a little bit too small and that 00 is too big. Great for people who've had to downsize, and that's quite common. Great for people who, they just love the scale and the amount of detail you can get in that scale. Just look at what Hornby's introduced on the HST and those Mark III coaches and the livery. And you wait, I think, until you see the Duchess properly in the flesh. It's good stuff, and it's great, and it's just got something about it. And I've always felt that TT120 needed to be out in the marketplace. Anyway, that's it for the moment. If there's any other questions people have for me, then go through Neil. And all I can say is enjoy the hobby. I'm always here to have a chat. As I've said, I can bore you for England. All right? So keep well, keep healthy, and may your God, as the man said, be with you. Cheers now.